About the news report on dailymirror.lk just now about people, after relaxing restrictions by Mr. Kitsiri Dimel the pictures, the country is gradually returning to normal routine. Many seen walking, jogging, cycling to maintain their physical health. Well, this way of physical health maintaining by doing, jogging or walking or cycling or is not acceptable according to Gautama Buddha's teaching. This exercising is not there in the Gautama Buddha's teaching at all. It's actually there in the Hinduism to a certain extent. The yoga, you try to people who cannot understand and think about the real situations. They do physical strenuous activities. They do overeating, and then they do physical strenuous activities like even modern day gym activities, even walking, and then doing jogging, cycling, and then some yoga traditionally in the classical days. So according to Gautama Buddha's teaching, once if you are as a member of the family, you do the housework yourself. You don't have to do physical walking or jogging or cycling or swimming to maintain your health, physical activity. Now, according to this dailymirror.lk paper, in order to maintain the physical health, the Gautama Buddha's teachings clearly said to maintain the physical health, do your house cleaning, housework, everything yourself. That is the only way to maintain physical health and concern for your home, house, and family members, relatives, and thereafter develop your physical health and also your brain, mind, and the cognition process development as well. This way of, this US government promoted, gyms throughout the world. Okay, and then I highlighted, okay, you are trying to sell this gymnasium equipment to the people here, and exorbitant prices. The treadmills were lakhs of rupees, which drained our foreign currency to US companies to telecine advertisements and online selling, and it reduced. Then US government shifted through President Gotabaya, at that time the Secretary of Urban Development, through walking paths, wetland, now a walking path, etc. This is not the way. According to Gautama Buddha's teaching, there's nothing like cycling, right? Or even jogging or walking or swimming to maintain physical health. You have to do your work yourself of your room cleaning, washing, housing, everything. That is the best physical health because it gives physical maintains your physical health without exercising or walking and jogging and cycling, and also maintains your concern, focus towards your home and your family and your children and your spouses. And thereafter it develops your brain through moral activity. The physical, the body and the brain mind cognition process develops. That is how the life must go, not this type of this nonsensical physical health. You can see in these pictures. These are some of these pictures. You can see this jogging. Also you can see this, especially the under this COVID-19. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic, viruses, travel restrictions can be there, but they can be removed. By the thing is, the lambda variant, delta variant, more prominently lambda variant emerge. And if people jog and do like this, even if jogging, not only the Sinhala Alutta Urutta, even if jogging people move like this, once again lambda variant or sigma variant may come. Okay, because this jogging issue. And then what will happen? Again, travel restrictions. That is the fact. That is why I'm teaching, according to Gautama Buddha's teaching, do physical work from home and do your work from cyber, internet, and to get over until this pandemic is over. This type of, this Western promoted things, cycling, jogging, swimming to maintain physical health. I like to ask President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, like chemical fertilizer to carbonic, can't you shipped milk milk powder to milk powder. Now Sri Lanka milk powder, we know they add enzymes, right? Enzymes are hormone created to increase the sexual activities to make more population. By drinking cow's milk powder, which are processed and added enzymes, there are increased sexual activities and more pregnancies by the men towards their wives, and that resulted in overpopulation, explosion, and thereby the milk powder companies try to sell their milk powder. So that is why I asked President Gotabaya Rajapaksa several weeks back, why can't you prohibit Maharaja organization's former employee after retiring from the army and current recruits to presidential media division from from Maharaja organization. Why can't you stop the milk powder imports? And there are, and also processing in the country, processed milk powder. Of course, we don't know how they because the Nestle is a multinational company from Nestle Geneva. So human rights violations accusations come from them. So we can't trust Nestle. And Abatale and Kotmale and Cargills and the Palavatta milk, they are affiliated to this Roman Catholic based government system, so we can't trust them either. So best thing is to stop this milk powder processing and then move towards like this you can drink always porridge, but that is the Gautama Buddha's main food was not milk powder. Gautama Buddha's time there was no milk powder, neither he used cow's milk, but they use porridge like made of this various like green gam and added with jaggery. Those are more nutrition and more tasteful also rather than milk powder. That is the best way using the peas. These there are like green gram and normal dal, and there are other jaggery, kitul honey, those stuff you can put and make a porridge, and that's more tastier than this milk powder which is used to mix tea. Tea is not in Sri Lanka, even during Gautama Buddha's time tea was not there. Tea had caffeine, similar to that is like a enzyme that activates human hormones and make you more rigorous and hyped, and then you overwork, and this is what happens. Then people overeat and go and jog after that. This is the problem. So tea plantations must be completely stopped, and Sri Lanka must instead decide how to use the natural resources, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Land refers to nature's resources in Sri Lanka, and labor refers to skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled labor, and the capital refers to man-made resources like equipments and machinery, and also software like that. So I would propose to the economists in US to have factors of production in economics: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Hereafter, land, labor, capital, which is man-made capital, also capital, and then cyber, and then entrepreneurship. Cyber refers to intellectual, brain, mind, cognition process capital, which is software, books written, theories, teachings, etc. So hereafter, the future world, based on a digital economy, the factors of production in economics should be Keynesian economics and other branches of economics: land, labor, capital, cyber, and entrepreneurship, right? So then accordingly, this is the reason why we have to reevaluate whether we can waste our land for tea, rubber, right? And on the other hand, land, labor, we have to come up with a strategy, and then land, labor, capital, equipment we are manufacturing in the country now after the pandemic, and the cyber, to increase the cyber refers to intellectual, the software, like without depending on the US Android software, iPhone software, or US Windows software, or US MS Office. All software comes from US or India. Banking software, even mini computer systems, everywhere the software is made from US. We have to develop the cyber part of the production of factors, where the fifth one I added now is cyber, the software, and the books, theories based on research from Sri Lanka, and then the entrepreneurship. So, once you do like this, we can come up with a plan, economic national plan, similar to Singapore, which was like a land and without resources, and even Japan came up with their own plans, right, at that time, and to develop the economy. It's not because of the US backing, but they themselves come up with their own economic strategy. They may have been Japan and Singapore allies of US, but then economic growth, economic development, Japan, Singapore happened because those people, the Emperor Hirohito and also the Lee Kuan Yew came up with their own national strategy, and while making use of US to develop their country. We can't go behind slavery type to Christian nations and ask help. They will destroy and divide this country. That's what they do. So we have to come up accordingly. So my advice is to stop these tea plantations, rubber plantations, but come up with a different economic strategy based on a national plan to what to do to land natural resources in Sri Lanka, how to develop it, and also to labor, capital, cyber, and entrepreneurship to bring about financial, economic growth, economic development, and financial wealth creation.